This story is about a group of criminals who pulled off one of the most unbelievable heists in history. Not by breaking in, but by coming from underneath. Because in the summer of 1976, in the beautiful city of Nice, France, a bank vault was emptied, and nobody heard a thing. At first, everything looked normal. The Societe Generale Bank sat quietly in the heart of the city. Customers walked in and out, depositing cash, jewelry, documents, entire life savings. And beneath it all sat one of the most secure vaults in France. Thick steel, reinforced walls, alarm systems designed to detect intrusion. From the outside, it was untouchable. But the threat wasn't outside, it was already below them. Weeks earlier, possibly months, a group of about 20 men had entered the underground sewer system beneath Nice. Not to hide, not to escape, but to build. They brought tools, lights, oxygen tanks, even food, and deep in the dark, filthy tunnels beneath the city, they started digging day after day, night after night. They carved a narrow passage through stone and earth, 8 meters forward, slowly, silently, getting closer to something no one believed they could reach. The bank vault. Eventually, after weeks underground, they hit their target and broke through the floor. No alarms, no explosions, no guards, just a quiet hole, opening directly into one of the most secure vaults in the country. And then, they didn't leave. They stayed for an entire weekend inside the vault. While the rest of the city celebrated the Bastille Day holiday, the crew worked in total silence beneath their feet. They opened safe deposit boxes, one by one, hundreds of them. Cash, jewelry, gold, bonds, anything valuable. Gone. Some reports say they even brought food and wine, turning the vault into a strange underground hideout. They weren't rushing. They knew no one was coming, and before they left, they wrote a message on the wall. Without weapons, without hatred, without violence. It sounded almost poetic, but it was also a warning, because by the time the bank reopened, the damage was already done. On July 19th, 1976, employees entered the vault and found chaos. Hundreds of boxes broken open, millions missing, and a tunnel leading straight into the sewer system. Police were stunned. There were no witnesses, no alarms triggered, no forced entry, just a hole. From below, the man most people believe led the operation was Albert Spaggiari, a photographer, a former soldier, and someone who would soon become a legend. But even that part of the story is complicated. Years later, another man named Jacques Cassandre would claim he was the real mastermind. To this day, no one knows for sure who truly planned it. But what happened next made the story even more unbelievable, because after being arrested, Spaggiari was brought before a judge. Everything seemed routine, until suddenly, he handed the judge a document. As the judge looked down to read it, Spaggiari made his move. He ran to the window, jumped out, landed on a car, and escaped on a waiting motorcycle in broad daylight. He was never captured again, and the money? Gone. Most of it was never recovered. Millions vanished, and just like the tunnel they used, the truth behind the heist disappeared into the darkness. Because, in the end, the scariest part of this story isn't how they got in. It's that for days, they were already inside, and no one had any idea.